Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J. Thank y'all, everybody who's listening to us. Everybody out there on social media, we appreciate the love that we get tonight at this time of the show, as we do every single month. We are every single week, I should say. We profile a missing and/or exploited child. Tonight is no different. Tonight we profile Infinity Jones. Infinity Jones is missing from Henrico, VA, which is right here, a suburb of the Richmond, Virginia area. She's been missing since May 4th, 2014. She's a 17-year-old black female with red hair, brown eyes. She stands 5'1", 140 pounds. She was last seen on May 4, 2014, and she has a tattoo of a chain around her neck. If you have seen Infinity Jones, please contact the National Center for Missing and/or Exploited Children, or contact them on their website, missingkids.com, or call them by phone at 1-800-LOST, 1-800-843-5678. Let's bring Infinity Jones home to her family. Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J. All right, y'all. As we do at this time of the show, every single month, we bring in Dating Pool Diva, and we know the Dating Pool Diva is ready to rock and roll with us and do what she likes to call the Diva Diary. Dating Pool Diva, you ready to rock and roll, girl?
You playing my theme so I can do my dance?
Well, I'm working out I'm working out the song. I'm gonna make sure your song is playing so that you can do your dance. There you go. You rocking and rolling now. There you go. There you go. They can hear you.
Oh, I can't hear it
though.
Oh.
You got your song?
All right. That's enough to get me amped.
It is enough to get you amped. They ain't no half stuff with Marcus. Yeah, all right. Dating Pool Diva. We ready to rock and roll with the Diva Diaries. But before I do that, I need to introduce my brother who stepped into the room in the end of the last segment. He is the host of Enlightenment Radio every single Tuesday from 7 to 9. I got my brother, Mr. LP, Steven Sykes, in the room. What's up, bro?
Hey, happy birthday to you, young man.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. All right, Diva, what you got?
All right, I want to play a game first. Y'all ready to play a game?
Ready.
Let's do it. What you got? Let's go. What you got?
It's called, I gave it a name. I don't know if it's the best name. You guys rename it if you don't like it. Relationship Hardball. That's what I'm calling it. Relationship Hardball.
Okay.
And A or B, no C, okay?
Okay.
These are your two situations. A, you are with an unemployed man or woman that has dreams, or B, you're with an employed man or woman with no drive or ambition. So would you pick A or B, SY?
A.
You pick the A?
Yeah.
Okay, why?
I mean, he's just unemployed. It doesn't mean that he's not trying to get a job. He's got dreams. He has ambition. So A. He's going to get somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
You know, versus me taking the dude who gets a paycheck but is happy just like that.
He's just kind of stuck there.
No.
Stephen?
Abe all the way. B doesn't exist in my mind to me. I just got
So you like
no
this?
passion, no drive. I can't deal with nothing like that.
Right.
Female. Hey.
Mark?
So-
Give them
so-
to me one more time.
An unemployed man or woman with dreams, or an employed man or woman that has no ambition, no motivation.
Yeah, I can't do the no ambition, no better. Yeah.
So everybody picks A,
Yeah,
pretty
I can't-
much.
I can't
I
do
agree.
B, yeah.
I agree. And the reason I thought about that is because of the Think Like a Man movie, the first one. Basically, you had a character that, I forgot the dude's name, that plays the light-skinned cutie, that plays that role, but he loses his job as a cook, as a chef, but he has all these dreams of this big business, and, you know, he meets the lady that kind of, you know, influences him.
Michelle K agrees. She's saying A.
A is the best one, I
She's saying
think.
A. Yep.
Hey, Michelle, get your own dude. That one's mine.
All right, and some people would pick B just because, you know, steady paycheck, you know.
Some women just like security, and they
Yeah,
look
security.
at that, and they just happy with a military man, even though he may not be working up in rank. He's just a straight level 1 or whatever the rank is, and just private and just happy doing his job. That's
Right.
all.
That's basically, yeah, that's it. Now, number 2, A, an aggressive guy or girl or B, a passive guy or girl? I'm going to go to Steven first for this one.
Is that just overall, or that's a specific situation?
Just overall. You can make it, to your situation.
I would say aggressive. By
Okay.
far, I need somebody who's willing to fight, who's willing to go out there and willing to go back. Whether I'm right or wrong, I need someone to check me. I need her to check herself, go after and fight just as bad as me. Because it's easier to get cool. It's a lot harder to get warmer.
Okay. That's why?
Aggressive.
Aggressive. You go for the aggressive guy?
Yep. Because if he's just gonna sit there and be like, oh, okay, yeah, he might as well go ahead and party with B.
Right.
Question, because it's not gonna work.
Yeah, I think if I had to pick one, I'd pick aggressive. But, an assertive person is the best. Somebody who can assert themselves and get what they want in life. Sometimes aggression is not always good, depending on how aggressive they are, But what do you think, Mark?
I think it depends on the situation. I mean, if we're playing a game where you just got to pick one and stay general, then I would say aggressive. But I don't always need her to be aggressive, and I don't always need her to be passive.
Right.
And so that's always been, and that's where you and I always have a disconnect and we battle, because I don't like those pick a side, black and white type of relationship questions, because everything that can come up can change the dynamics of the situation. There
Right.
might be a time where I need you to be aggressive, and there might be a time where I need you to be passive.
Right.
So, but if I had to choose one, only one, I would say aggressive, personally.
Okay. All right. Number 3, A, single for 10 years, or B, in an on and off again relationship for 20 years. All right, so who wants to take this one first?
Single
Everybody's
for
shaking
10.
their head.
Single for 10.
You prefer the single for
Yep.
10. Why is that?
Why? Why be miserable
Yeah,
with company?
with company
No.
for 20 years.
I can be quite happy by myself for those 10. No,
Right.
thank you.
Okay, Stephen?
Single for 10 years.
Yeah.
I'd rather, not even about that, why I take myself and somebody else through that ups and downs to go from there.
Okay, Marcus?
Yeah, I think I'd go with single for 10. I mean, somebody that's been off and on, what was it, 20? They're bringing drama. They're bringing that relationship. They're bringing that person, and whether they tell you that they are completely done with them, the reality is that person might not be done with them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's always going to be that third person in your relationship, whether you want them to be or whether you think they will be. The likelihood of them being there is always possible. So I would say single for 10 years.
Right, and a lot of people would pick B because they don't want to be alone. They can't handle that being alone situation,
Oh, so you really-
and they would rather just kind of be with someone they're used to.
Yeah, but they're going to have drama. They're going to have problems. It's on again, off again.
Yeah, some people like
Some
drama.
people get-
The thought of being alone for 10 weeks is awful for some people.
Yeah.
They can't handle that.
Michelle K is checking in. She's saying A. She's sticking with A, which is single for 10 years. And earlier she jumped in a couple minutes ago. She mentioned Michael Ealy is the person I think.
Yes,
you guys-
that's my man. That's my
who
man.
you
Thank
guys
you,
were talking
Michelle.
about.
Yeah. Is
I don't even know his name, but that's my man.
Isn't he got the green eye bandit?
Yes, he is. Fine. Okay, number 4.
Oh, my.
Would you rather A, provide for a lazy person, or B,
Do I even want to hear B? I don't even know if I want to hear B. I'm
You said
scared.
there's no C because the first word just threw me off.
no C.
Provide for a lazy
I
person.
can't anything after provide for.
A lazy person. Okay, I'm sorry.
Provide for a lazy person, or B, be provided by a nagging, complaining person.
Yeah, that's a no-win.
Yeah,
That's a no-win situation.
You forgot. I was single.
You just gonna say single.
I'll take the lazy because at some point in time, lazy got to get things
No, they don't.
together.
No, they don't.
No, hold on. Lazy person got to get some things organized for themselves so they can continue to be lazy.
No, they don't.
Nagging and things like that. You don't want a nagging person.
No,
every
disagree
Friday.
with
What
that.
the world?
Disagree with that.
Wrong.
I don't want neither one, but if I had to pick one,
I'm going to
You're not
abstain.
picking
I'm going to
lazy?
abstain on this one because I can't pick neither one of them.
She said we have to choose one. I have to.
Yeah, you got to pick one. Yeah, you're cheating on the game. No C. It says no C, A or B. No C.
I guess if I got to pick somebody, I'll take the nagging person because I'll just tune their asses out.
But you're being provided by that person.
I mean, okay,
They're
I
providing
fine.
for you.
You know,
Thanks for
but
the
that's still
soup.
my
Now be
answer.
quiet.
It's still my answer. Like I'm not going to take care of somebody that's lazy. I'm just not doing that. I'm not going to take care of somebody who, because I know me, I know that if you providing for me, it's only because I'm temporarily down. I'm not going to be down long term, and so I'll put up with your shit for a little while.
Right.
Or you're bitching and all that. I'll put up with that because I know that it's temporary. But you being lazy, when you, the truth is, I'm be 40 tomorrow. And I know who I is.
Right.
And I know I is been who I is for a long time. The point I'm making is, once you get to a level of grown, you don't do a whole lot of changing. You kind of are who you are. And so if you are a lazy person, it ain't much that's going to happen to you in your life that's going to make you not a lazy person. So I'm not providing for a lazy person. I'm not doing that. But because I know who I am, and you're asking me the question, I could take the nagging from the person that's taking care of me, holding me down, because I'm only going to be down for a minute. I ain't going to be down long term.
Well,
So that's the difference for me in this question.
Couldn't the lazy person be depressed temporarily?
That's a them problem.
And if they got over their depression, they wouldn't be so lazy?
That's a them problem. I mean, the truth of the matter is, I'm not dealing with somebody that's you sitting around on your ass and you lazy.
Right.
No, I'm going to work and I'm holding it down, and you sitting at home watching Young and the Restless all day, and I come home and I can't even get no dinner. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not even a gender thing. That's not even based on gender, because you're asking this of all of us.
Yeah, Edith.
You know what I'm saying? And so reset it. We just have been rejoined by the Green Room version 2.0 with Jay Grizzy and Lissa P. Have rejoined us. So I'm gonna need.
Thanks for rejoining us.
I'm gonna need the Dating Pool Diva to restate the question and present it to the Green Room.
Just the last one?
Just the question that you just asked.
Okay.
The last one. Yes.
We're playing relationship hardball, and you have to pick A or B, no C.
I like my balls hard.
So A, would you rather be with provide for a person who's lazy, or would you rather be provided by a nagging, complaining person?
Give me the nagging, complaining person. I can deal with that.
Mm-hmm.
If you lazy, that's a bad little spirit you want. That's a bad big spirit you want on. Cause I'm lazy. I know. Shit. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
if
Two lazy people not gonna make it.
not gonna make it, no. Somebody got to get up and wash somebody's ass.
Oh,
You know,
goodness.
that's my take on it.
I would definitely go with nagging, because I feel like if you nagging, I'm eating. If you lazy, I'm not.
Right? For real, somebody got
Good way
to
of putting
cook
it.
that dinner.
Straight to the point.
Yeah, no doubt.
Wheezy. No, Flo. Is it Flo? What's Flo from the Jeffersons?
Ain't no flow on the Jeffersons.
I said Flo.
Oh, Florence.
Yeah.
Florence. Okay, cool.
Shout out to George.
Okay.
I wonder if he's
Last
still on
one.
ice, if they put him down yet.
Yeah, he dead, ain't
He died, but they had him above the ground for a long time.
For real?
Yeah, because
They
like James Brown, they
like
couldn't
Ted
figure-
Williams.
Yeah,
They
like
for-
Ted Williams and James Brown, they couldn't figure out the estate. So anyway, Diva, what you got? 804-402-2893 is the number to dial to be down with the discussion.
What you? Hold on, can I for a second? What the hell is you drinking? What is that?
It's green tea with mint leaves.
You gonna pee a lot?
Okay,
Go
can we
ahead.
get back on
Tea is
subject?
healthy.
Yeah.
The Diva wants
We're
to get back on
playing-
subject.
Sorry.
She's
Again.
giving you the face right now. And the ironic part is,
Not if you drinking
I'm
it.
usually the one that everybody calls uptight, but the look that she just gave
She
you,
uptight,
that's
too.
pretty damn
Relax,
uptight.
relax.
Yeah.
Your braid's too tight. Relax.
All right, Diva, what you got? Go ahead.
Okay, my last. They already skipped out on my.
You
lineup,
can redo
okay,
the
on
first
my
one.
She
game,
feeling some kind of
so-
way about y'all right now. It is what
I
it
got to
is.
take my medicine.
All right, Diva, go ahead. Now you the one holding us up. Go on with your
All
giggling
right, my
self.
last
With your giggling
relationship
self.
hardball question: would you rather A, have someone who can't communicate well, very little communication, or would you rather be arguing most of the time?
Shut up. I want somebody that don't say 3 words.
Okay.
Good morning. Good night. And good morning. That's 2 words. Good night. That's 4 words. And let's get it on. That's 3, 3, and 4.
You forgot, are you hungry?
Yeah, there you go. No, all you hungry is good. So about 15 words a day will work for me.
Okay.
15.
That's why apparently you have an opinion.
No, she said I'm hungry. She hit the last one on the head. She hit it on the head.
Okay, just don't talk.
Yeah. What was the first one?
The first one was someone who has little communication skills.
I'll take that one. I'm not in the mood for the arguing.
Yeah,
You can
arguing
kick
is
rocks for that.
stressful.
Yeah, you can kick rocks.
You see my head? See that? See that toilet bowl right there?
Yes, that is stressful.
Man, that's a lot of arguing, Shawty.
I feel like that you could be mute and still cook. Thank you.
There you go.
Something tells me you're gonna be always hungry.
I'm marrying a chef.
Oh dear,
A meat chef.
Chef Ramsay.
Steven,
Like overcooked.
Mr. LP Sykes.
I prefer. That's gonna be a very difficult one.
Your voice got
He deep want all of a me.
sudden when I said
He want
LP.
Come on now. Come on.
I guess I'm gonna take the person that I
Argue
gonna
all
keep
the time.
argue because I want some communication. I want some action. Because when you argue, you can always make up later.
No, you're not making up. You're busy arguing.
You ain't arguing with the white
I
sister.
kind of agree with Steven. Even though I don't like all the conflict, at least we are communicating.
What?
And with none, with
She know what she
hardly
talking
It
about.
doesn't say
none,
none.
well, little.
They don't
Like
know
what
how
he
to
just said, are you
communicate well.
hungry?
They don't communicate well. It doesn't mean they don't talk.
Right.
Maybe they can't get out
she's
certain
parsing
things.
your question.
Yeah,
You know, maybe they just
yeah.
can't get out things, or maybe they're not good at expressing
I can't deal with a
themselves.
mute. I'm
I'm gonna
sorry.
use the term that you told me years ago:
Does it bother
nonverbal
you that the
communication
line is talking?
tools. I pay attention. I
Say
read
that
the-
one more time.
Nonverbal communication. You must pay attention to nonverbal communication.
Yes, it
tools.
is most of communication. It's like 80-something%, but still,
Read the
I
book,
don't want to
Bittersweet.
deal with a mute.
No, I can't do that arguing stuff, man.
Yeah, that arguing
That's
for the
too
birds.
You know,
I rather
what-
you
what-
can
that's too much wasted energy.
communicatively argue with me. That's what I want you to do. Look at me, give me the look. I done seen the look before. Come on, that don't faze me.
All right, Marcus, what do you think?
Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J. We're getting a caller. The caller's calling us on the live line. Before I get the caller, I'll just say that I don't do the mute thing. I would 100% rather argue with you than you sit there and give me the dumb face. I can't do the dumb face. So
Dumb face is awesome.
if we're gonna be in a relationship, then I would much rather argue with you. At least that way I know what you're thinking, or at least I know what you're saying. But if you just sitting there saying, okay, whatever, I can't do that. Ain't no how step Marks J. We getting a caller, tell us your name, what you calling for, what you want to get in on.
Here's DJ Renee Melinda.
What's going on,
Hey,
girl?
what up, Renee?
Hey, what's up?
What you want to get in on?
Hey, everyone. How you guys doing?
Doing
Sure.
great.
Listen, I don't want to get in on much of nothing. I don't want to chime in on no topics. I was merely calling to show my twin, my brother, my old friend, Marcus J, some love. That's all.
Man,
that's what's up.
appreciate it. We know that we gonna be showing you some love just a few days after we showing me some love. So that's why we call each other twin. We've been calling each other that for a long time. I appreciate the love. You sure you don't want to get in on nothing? Or at least tell us who you are and where we can find you.
Well, it's DJ Renee Melendez. My show is on LegacyInternetRadio.com. It's Deep House Sessions every Saturday from 7 to 9 p.m. It's all deep, all soulful, and some classic house all thrown in there together.
You got it. Ain't no how to step
That's
with
what it
Marcus
is.
J. We appreciate it. Thank you, sis, for calling in, and happy early birthday. But you know you'll hear from me on your day as well.
All right, take care. Enjoy your day, all right?
You got it. Peace. Thanks.
Peace.
Ain't no how to stab on Marcus J. That was nice. I appreciate that. Ain't no how to stab on Marcus J. Yeah, just to finish the point. Yeah, I would rather argue than not.
That's
talk
a
at all.
tough.
That's not tough for me though.
No, I'm saying like the
For me, it's not.
the options. Could there
Yeah,
be
you have to
other
pick a
options?
Well, the options suck.
Yeah,
That's why
options.
it's hardball. That's why
Yeah, the
That's what it
options
is.
suck. But I mean,
Cause how she look? Depending on how she look. I talk to a pretty
That'll make
girl.
a
I'll
quick
argue.
argument,
I'll
right?
argue with a beautiful woman all the time because all I got to do is just look at her, you know. And she could be womp womp Charlie Brown or me to death.
Okay,
but,
so that reminds me
All right.
of a song. What is the song? La La La.
yeah.
You know that song?
Uh huh.
La 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 la
That's-
la. That joint.
No.
You talking about
Which
Minnie
one?
Riperton?
Which one you talking about?
Oh.
Uh,
I cover up my ears like a kid. When your words mean nothing, I go la la la.
Yeah, whatever.
Okay, I thought you meant the old song.
I'll find that song too.
It's by oh my gosh.
I like
what's
Minnie
his name?
Riperton.
I thought it was Usher, but you said it was somebody else.
No. Oh.
That's okay. We'll look them up while we continue to talk. No
Yeah, I'll
dead air.
find it right now.
What was your first one we missed? The Green Room mess.
Naughty
You
Boy.
missed
That's who it's by.
about
You missed about
or
3
4 of
questions.
them.
Or I
Yeah.
need a
You want
medication.
me to go back?
No, we're not gonna
No,
go back.
Okay.
the host
Okay.
got this.
Yeah, go on.
All right, all right. Well, our next part we're going to talk about, which will be the topic at the next Love Revolution, third Saturday of the month. We're going to talk about interdependency. And
Oh,
I'm going to
gosh.
read off the definition that Wikipedia has.
Do we
for,
really want to talk about interdependency?
We don't want to talk about
Nah,
interdependency?
that's
I like
gonna be,
that.
That's gonna be scary.
I can dig it.
It's going to be scary.
That's gonna be scary.
It's kind of serious, but we need it in relationships.
What you got?
Okay, it says in an interdependent relationship, participants may be emotionally, economically, ecologically, and morally reliant on and responsible to each other. An interdependent relationship can arise between 2 or more cooperative, autonomous participants. Some people advocate freedom or independence as the ultimate good. Others do the same with devotion to one's family, community, and society. Interdependence can be a common ground between these aspirations. Okay, so that's what they have on Wiki. My question to you guys is, should you be totally interdependent in a relationship? If not, how interdependent should one be in a relationship? So, Grizzly, let me get you first.
I mean, no, you should not. No single human being should be interdependent on another single human being. But like you read in the description from Wikipedia, I mean, there's some things that you're going to be dependent on. Like, I'm married, so I mean, I depend on my wife for a lot of things. You know, now she take them away. Of course, I'm independent enough to function on my own, but I still, you know, depend on her for certain things. I think that's what, you know, marriage is not all about, but you're relying or you're entrusting another person with your whole self, your whole being. So there's some things that are interdependent and healthy, and then there's some that's not. You said the money, yeah, you can't. Everybody should be able to do their own money thing, and even when you're in a family or a marriage, you should be doing that for the common good. You know, emotionally, you should never be interdependent on somebody else's emotions, because you are you're doing a disservice to yourself, putting all your emotions into one basket, i.e. a person, and that person could have valued your emotions like a piece of crap. You know, so you never want to put yourself in that position. I know when I was dating, I knew a lot of women that did that. Like, they'd be like, "Oh, I'm so into you, Grizzly, but I'm not all that much into you."
Well, interdependency means both of you are into each other.
No, then I ain't love them
So
hoes.
it's not one-sided.
I mean, they ain't loyal.
They ain't loyal.
No, that's what Chris say. Yeah, that's what Chris say.
I feel like that this may, and I may be speaking out of turn, but I think I see that this happens more to women undercover. But I mean, if you're saying both, I really feel like that you should not be interdependent on each other. Like Rizzy said, I feel like that you should all have your own, but when the case comes down to it, I mean, I really don't feel like this should be done anyway. Now, what can you do about people who are like this? I don't know. Maybe they're just meant for each other and it can be worked out. But as far as emotionally, I definitely don't think that that's a good look or good for yourself. But if you do have two people who are like that, then maybe they are meant for each other and it just may work out. You know, they may balance each other out.
Or it could be a crazy ass mix.
Yeah.
We're getting a hit in social media, kind of going backwards. Joy's hitting us up when she was talking
What
about,
up, Joy?
when you were talking about the question versus the person that didn't communicate versus the arguing. She says that she needs communication. Arguing is tired, but communication is mandatory. So
Yes.
she is agreeing with me where she says that she would rather argue than be with someone that's not communicating. You know, I step with Marcus J. Call us at 804-402-2893 to be part of the discussion, or call up and say happy birthday to me, 804-402-2893. For once in my life, I'm going to make it about me. So I appreciate anybody that's listening that wants to be down. What you got? That's why.
I thought this was for next week.
We are
For the
talking about
revolution.
it at the Love Revolution, but not all attend. They may be here tonight and be able to give their opinions.
Come to the come to the Love Revolution, and you will hear my opinion. I
Oh
will be there.
goodness! Oh goodness! Stephen Sykes.
Yes, I am liar.
I believe that this is where the one thing needs to be have an understanding first. You take before you hear all these things. Oh, someone makes me whole. No, then you're not ready for a relationship. You need two wholes to make it whole, and thus that precludes this. Now going forward, you need to have some level of interdependence on purpose in order to have a healthy relationship, to build trust and encourage each other. Yes, you can operate in some things on your own, but then that other person needs to feel needed. Sometimes with the relationships today, women, especially today, where women are able to do more, thankfully, and that they would take away something, especially the guy may or may not be working or may not have it at the moment. And thus you need to let the person feel needed. So not needed because you're a certain gender or your role is supposed to be defined. You're needed as a person to be involved and you love that person. So there's a fair level of interdependence that you need to have in order to make it work.
Ain't no
Question is for you, Steve. What level? What percentage would you say needs to be independent versus interdependent?
I would say I can't honestly give an opinion, and I'll tell you why. Because each one works differently for each relationship. For me, I would like it to be 50-50, so that no matter what, we both can cover each other's back. So I would say 50-50.
Okay. Mr. J. Grizzly, you have an opinion?
How about people get together? And this is maybe a little bit off the topic, but people shouldn't get together when they half of themselves. Be a whole freaking person when you get into a relationship, and when you do get in a relationship with a whole person. Now, that's a little judgy on my part, because who's to say that you are where you need to be as an adult? But if you know who you is, and you have a direction of self and a knowledge of self, and know what you want out of life, that doesn't mesh well with somebody who don't. That doesn't mesh well with somebody who's still trying to figure out what's up, what's down, what's left, and what's right. That's where the dependency comes in, because they need somebody to show them, hey, how do I get to be a whole person? Nobody can really show you who you is.
Well, the way I got what Stephen was saying is you're a whole person, she's a whole person, but together you blend maybe 50% of that.
Yeah, that
and
I
then
agree
the
with.
other 50 is for yourself, I guess.
It's a mesh. You got to put everything together. If one of those pieces out of that jigsaw puzzle is off, pretty much everything is off.
Right.
In my book.
Lisa P., you have something to add?
I'm done.
And you know how to step on Marcus J. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we got more diaries, y'all. Stay with us.
Shout
Marcus
out to
J.
Rihanna.
J. Grizzy. Mr. LP.
Yeah.
SY. Dating Pool Diva and the First Lady Comedian, that's Lisa P. And you know how to step on Marcus J. We will be back in a minute.
Rihanna is a win.